In what appears to be an ironic twist of fate, the husband of Sunny Hostin from The View, he has been accused of federal insurance fraud in the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York.
See, you never can win when you're dirty, honey. You never can win.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. So I wanted to come on today and talk about Miss Sunny Hostin. Yes, Miss Sunny Hostin, okay? She is on the radar today along with her husband. Why her husband? Well, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin is named in the biggest RICO case in New York State history. Yes, RICO. He is named in this RICO case for being one in 200 doctors to fraudulently bill insurance companies, okay, for unnecessary medical services. You can't make this stuff up. And if he is found guilty, he will be what? A convicted felon. This is a word that we know Sunny Hostin loves, okay? She said it thousands of times on The View. And not only has she said it thousands of times on The View, she's had a smug attitude about just everything from Donald Trump's win to certifying the elections. I mean, and she even snuck a little tad bit in there about her husband, but we'll get to that. However, I just wanted you guys to see how Sunny Hostin has been acting over the years, especially around the election time. Watch this.
I'm profoundly disturbed. I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country. Going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country. I think we need to find moral clarity, you know, in this country. And I just remember after January 6th, you had someone like Mitch McConnell placing the blame on January 6th where it belonged, squarely on Donald Trump's shoulders. And then you started seeing people backtrack that and losing their moral center. You had Condoleezza Rice, I believe, on this very show saying, you know, we need to move on from January 6th. I say no. You don't move on, because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. I mean, we know that, you know, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, you know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, you know, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it.
All right, so you guys just saw that. You saw all of that Trump derangement, and you even saw when Sunny Hostin tried to slip in there a little section about her husband when she talked about medical services and talked about doctors getting sued. Yeah, that was about her husband in this RICO case, all right? But they haven't brought that up yet. I wonder why. Because if he's convicted, he will be what? A convicted felon. However, I want you guys to see what someone on X had to say about the whole breakdown on Sunny Hostin's husband. Here we go.
In what appears to be an ironic twist of fate, the husband of Sunny Hostin from The View, he has been accused of federal insurance fraud in the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Emmanuel Hostin is among nearly 200 defendants named in this case. He is accused of getting kickbacks by performing surgery and fraudulently billing a company that insures taxi companies, Uber, and Lyft drivers.
All right, so you guys just saw that. So I want to get into what the Daily Mail had to say about Sunny Hostin's husband's RICO case. Here we go. Okay, so you can see that this was January 7th, and it says, The View co-host Sunny Hostin's surgeon husband, Emmanuel, accused of insurance fraud in a bombshell lawsuit. The longtime husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin is starting the new year under a cloud after being accused of federal insurance fraud. Orthopedic surgeon Emmanuel Hostin is among nearly 200 defendants named in one of the largest RICO cases ever filed in New York history. Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries. The lawsuit filed on December 17th claims the insurance firm American Transit was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and other compensations, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributed. Okay, so then her husband says this. The real story here is about insurance carriers abusing the legal system to limit and restrict healthcare. And then it goes on to state that Sonny Hostin, 56, has been married to the doctor for nearly a quarter of a century. They tied the knot in 1998 and have 2 children that live in what? A 10-bed, 10-bath estate purchased in New York City. You can't make this stuff up. And the reason why I say you can't make this stuff up is because everybody knows Sonny Hostin always talks about how her mother is on a fixed income and that she is in the sandwich generation and that she has to worry about how she's going to take care of her family. When you live in a 10-bedroom mansion, an estate, all right? On top of that, your husband has been making money, allegedly, hand over fist, okay? With all of the fraudulent claims here in this RICO case, ma'am, you have more than enough money. All right, so you guys just heard all of that. Let's pour it up. Here are my thoughts. My thoughts are this. I've never liked Sonny Hostin, okay? Because every time I've heard her on The View, it's always been something divisive, woe is me, victimhood, never anything with accountability. On top of that, she has spent countless years going after Donald Trump. She sat in the courtroom during the trial just to not only mock Donald Trump, but to say what she wanted to say about him being a convicted felon. She wanted a firsthand account. Once he was convicted, she has not let that go. It has been almost every show that she has mentioned that he is a convicted felon. On top of that, she makes it seem like she has such a high moral bar that all of her friends and families live under this high moral bar, which is the reason why she wanted Kamala to be in the White House, because they're going to bring back some type of moral standards. Go figure. But in reality, she is no different than Donald Trump, or what she says Donald Trump is, all right? She says Donald Trump is fraudulent. Well, according to these allegations, so is the man that you're with, all right? She says Donald Trump is a liar. Well, according to these allegations, so is your husband. She says Donald Trump is a convicted felon. Well, if your husband is found guilty in this RICO case, he will be too. And it all comes back to, in my opinion, the universe giving you what you put out. I wonder if she's going to talk about it on The View. And I wonder if he's found guilty, will she be calling him a convicted felon? You guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Do you think Sonny Hostin is what they're saying he is in this RICO case? A fraud and giving out surgeries that people didn't need, just doing unnecessary medical needs just to upcharge? Or do you think they're on a high moral bar and they're just so sweet? I doubt it, because none of these people ever are. They hide their stuff while calling out others, but everything that's done in the dark always comes to light. You guys get down in the comments. It's your girl Mika, and I'm out. Peace.